Hey there guys, I hope you guys are having a great day, and today we'll be looking at the first Snail shell figure that I ever bought. And it looks like they recently re-released it because you can find it in stock at the Gundam store, and I'll leave a link in the description for anybody that's interested. Which of course is their Snail Shikura, and one of the things I like about this figure is that she looks like my favorite skin from Fortnite, although a more bustier version of her. But to be honest, I don't really play Fortnite anymore, the game has gone too grindy for me. And this is a very beautiful figure. It doesn't have any shading, it's straight to the point, it's just white with some orange and black paint. And what's really nice about the figure is that her chest is actually very soft and squishable. And keep in mind that I've had this figure since 2023, and so far it still feels just as good as it did the day I got it. Not to mention I really like her design. Basically her chest is so massive that her outfit is being sucked in, so her chest is actually sticking out a little bit outwards. Alright, and now I'm going to show you the box, and be aware that this is a really massive box. When it comes to Snail shell, they're usually more on the smaller side. And while the front and back show you a more serious look at the figure, the sides, however, they show you a more playful interpretation of the character. And now I'm going to show you what the figure comes with, and as you can see, this right here is why the box is so big. It comes with this large display piece, or pieces I guess, because this is actually like a bunch of pieces that you have to put together. And the figure comes with an extra white tool, which is basically just to articulate the eyes of the figure. And as you can see, the display piece is basically just a bunch of damaged brown rocks. Naturally, this will be great for anyone who wants to display the figure in a more action-packed pose. Not to mention it also comes with these clear display pieces, as you can use them to hold the figure and any accessories that you want to use to display her with. And lastly, it also comes with a few smaller rocks, but more importantly it also comes with this blast effect piece. And I really like this effect piece that she comes with. It's multiple layers of plastic and it has this like transition between yellow, orange, and red, and it just looks really cool from every angle. And in case any of you guys were wondering, yes, her jacket is removable, however, she doesn't come with alternate arms, so basically you'll have the sleeves on her arms no matter what. And to be perfectly honest, this is the one thing that I'm very disappointed with the figure, as I would have loved to have alternate arms to use with her, as sometimes I would have liked to display her without her weapon gauntlets. And since we're talking about the arms, that's Snail shell's greatest weakness. Unfortunately, when it comes to arm articulation, that they really need to improve that. And as you can see, that's about as far as they can get close to each other unless you bend the elbows. And since the hands are also on a ball joint, you can actually articulate and rotate them. Not to mention, when it comes to the weight of these things, you don't have to worry about it. And as I said before, I've had these figures since 2023, and despite all this time, the figure's arms are still able to hold the weight of those gauntlets. And just to show you how well they hold up, I'm going to shake the figure really good. And as you can see, it does a great job of staying up despite all of that shaking, so you should have no problem while you put it in your display. Now, one thing you should be aware of when handling her is those horns on her head. They're actually made of a bit of a harder plastic, so if you drop her, it's possible that they might break off. And when it comes to her skirt, it's actually made of a very soft plastic, so you can pretty much do with it whatever you want, so it won't hinder the articulation. And I gotta say, I really love those straps that go all the way up to her underwear. I really like the look of them. Not to mention, I really like how her skirt is pre-molded in order to enhance their body proportions. Now, when it comes to the leg articulation, it's actually pretty good. And here's how much the leg can bend at the knee. And you probably noticed the black straps around her thighs. That's actually where the leg connects, and basically it gives you thigh rotation. And more importantly, when it comes to doing the perfect split, this figure can do it with no problem. Now when it comes to her accessories, this is her default faceplate. And this one right here is a happy with her teeth showing face. And lastly, this is her teary eye embarrassed face. Now when it comes to the hands, she comes with a default pair of fists. Now when it comes to this figure, these are actually my favorite accessories. As you can see, the fingers are actually fully articulated. So you can basically make her do whatever you want with her hands, which is pretty cool. But just be aware of the fingers as they can pop off, as you saw right there. Which naturally is going to make her very fun to play with. Now when it comes to her hair, there's no articulation with it, however it is made of very soft plastic, so it shouldn't hinder the articulation. Well, not completely anyway. Alright guys, and now that we're getting closer to the end of the video, now it's time for the cheek comparisons. Honestly guys, for me personally, I say because of her shape, not to mention the size of it all and those straps that go up to her underwear, she pretty much is the winner, as I like hers way more than the other two. You know guys, ever since I started my YouTube channel, I've had time to reevaluate all the figures from Snail. Usually I just put them on my display and I just forget about them after a while. Not only was she my first, but when it comes to all the Snail figures that they've made, she's easily my favorite. Well, my favorite so far. For anyone who's unaware, they're gonna be releasing this figure soon. And I don't know, she looks like she can give Shikura some competition. Alright guys, and now it's time for the size comparisons. And here she is next to my Snail Zombie Grizzla and Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And here she is next to my Jedi Toys Street Fighter Cammy and Guile. And here she is next to my Moffix, Marvel Gwenpool, and DC Batman Hush. And lastly, here she is next to my third-party figure art Zeno Vegeta and Zeno Goku. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you can, please like and subscribe, and I'll be uploading more soon. And for any new viewers, I like to cover things like from Snail, Dragon Ball, Power Rangers, DC, and Marvel. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.